I think the one thing that it's very obvious up here, all of these women have in common is they are incredibly ambitious and hardworking. And I think everyone in this room as well. And I think something I heard recently that really resonated with me is sometimes you can climb to the top of the corporate ladder and be working towards a goal and get to the top and realize the ladder was leaning against the wrong wall the whole time. So if that happens, you do have to, decide to make a pivot. And I think you also have to know that and be able to recognize it. So how have each of you known when it's time? What was that aha moment for you when you said, okay, it's time for me to pivot, instead of just sticking it out and saying, I got here, I worked this hard, and this is the ladder I've picked?
I asked myself a few questions. Is this serving me anymore? What are you getting from this? Is this giving me joy? If it's not giving me joy, again, and I'm here and I'm doing it and I hate it, then something has to change.
What is the most important pivot you've made in your career or in your life, and how did it change your path?
The most important one, I would say, was probably when I was young, in my 20s. I went to school. My degree was in African American Studies. Graduated, was in crazy student loan debt. That's a whole nother story, right? It's a whole nother panel, apparently. Started working in restaurants and kind of found my passion and love for cooking and food. So I fell into it, right? And that was the pivotal moment for me, because here I am now, just on that path. So if I didn't listen to my insides and listen to kind of the joy that I felt regarding cooking and food and that relationship that I had with food, then I would have, stayed on the track to be a professor. So that pivot was probably the foundation for me being able to kind of continue to pivot well into my 30s. I'm not as okay, I'll do it, but the curiosity is still there. And so kind of leaning into that defining moment is always going to be paramount for me.
I think a lot of people associate pivoting with quitting, a lot of naysayers. And so how have you guys been able to reframe pivoting in your mind away from feeling like a quitter or feeling like something failed, and instead viewing it as a strength or a place to grow?
I don't think pivoting is something bad. I think pivoting is a needed change. So I don't really think pivoting or taking a pause is quitting. I feel like it's needed. So with me, I feel like I said, I'm really big on signs. I really see A to Z. So if I stay here, what happens? If I go there, what happens? So if it fits my course or where I want to be, I'm going to pivot and make that change. And that's just how it is. And if it don't work, we're going to change again. We're going to pivot again. And then we're going to do it again and figure it out. But like I said, my glass is always half full. So we're going to figure it out. That's it.
My attitude is that pivoting is not a plan B thing. It's like a plan A thing. It's part of the change. You gotta change.
Obviously, pivoting is very scary. It does take a lot of confidence in yourself. I'm wondering if you guys have any words you live by, mottos, advice you've been given to really be confident and kind of stay true to the decisions that you've made in this kind of scary pivot world.
I'm in Philly, so I got a lot of young girls looking up to me. And they always ask me, Imani, how did you do it? How did you start? And I always say, just start and figure it out later. Because if you want to be perfect and figure it out and what I need, you're never going to get there. Just start, figure it out later. So my motto is just do it and start and figure it out. That's it.
You know what I realized? Fear is okay. You just do you. You don't have to explain it to anybody. They will see it later.